Welcome wherever you are to a match of vast importance between the two teams from Porto Alegre, Grêmio and Internacional. It's fair to say that this is one of the fiercest derbies in Brazilian football, with a reputation for getting very, very physical. It matters like nothing else to the supporters of both clubs, and the crowd inside this stadium are ready for it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, I think we know what we're in for, whatever.
Hits one! Has fallen kindly here! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Fernando. That has ended up in no man's land. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And now the breakaway. Boré. Great defending, strong and determined. They're urging him to shoot. Chance to shoot! Goal! Grêmio! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Grêmio penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
And he's forced to go back. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Goes looking wide. Well, that has not gone well. Oh, nicely intercepted. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Looks to clip it forward. Mercado cuts it out. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. And here's Fernando. Shot could be on. Pavon. Crunching tackle. And that's gone loose. Closing in on goal. And he nearly went all the way.
Well, we can't question the quality of the run. He'll have to answer for the rest.
Gets into some space. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. He's in a good position here. Edenilson. And we hit half-time. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0. So your views on the first half?
Grêmio clearly are benefiting from their homework. They've dealt with anything that's been thrown at them and have been smart on the break.
Well, you'd have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder whether they can keep this up. Grêmio head into the dressing room, pleased with the thought that they have that all-important lead. Analysis to come during the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Boré! And that's caused a worry or two.
Did give it a fair old crack, and he'll be encouraged to step up again.
And the pass is intercepted. Fernando. Boré. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Decent hit! It's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen. That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think this is a case of anything you can do, we can do too. I mean, they're matching each other like for like here.
Who saw this coming? So close to victory, and it has got away. Mercado.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Gets his pass away. He's one-on-one, shapes to shoot! Oh, they've broken out here, and this could be the moment. And that's put paid to a promising move. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
That's a nicely measured pass. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Internacional go in search of a late winner. Drilled in long. And the shot! Oh, that's incredible! Late in the day, this could well be it! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, the finish looked a guarantee once he was found all alone, and it's criminal defending.
Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Played with finesse. Chance with a header! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Gremio, pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Pass is just off target. He's got the shot away! Goal! Corinthians!
Corinthians clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. Now it's Bruno Henrique. Gently done. It's just beyond his reach. De Arrascaeta. Now there's a fine shot at goal!
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Shot could... and the shot! It's a good run, that. Great timing. Pulgar. De la Cruz. Luis Araujo. Bruno Henrique. Short changes him with that pass.
Flamengo certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Bruno Henrique. Well read, nice interception. That's a sharp pass. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break, 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
De la Cruz. Just eases him off the ball. Flamengo still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
He's tried one! And the ball's come loose here. He's had it taken off him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's tidy. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Time then for the first substitution of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's been cut out, well played.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
And they win it back again. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling over... There's the hit! It's in! And this is getting better and better. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
He's been bundled over. That is a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
He's gone for it! That was travelling. Pulgar.
Teremos 5 minutos de acréscimo.
Now it's Luis Araujo. Oh, nicely intercepted. That's that, the end. Flamengo were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. So hello, welcome one and all to what is certainly in terms of international football in Latin America, the ultimate grudge match. Two absolute superpowers who also happen to be neighbours on a continent widely recognised as football's home. It is a rivalry that has a history which lasts well over a century and has, of course, been ranked top of all footballing rivalries by media and supporters alike. It comes as little surprise, then, that this game is considered to be international football's equivalent of the Super Classico. The 11 of Brazil, the 11 of Argentina, some of them friends, many foes in club football, lining up for a united cause. Every game feels like a special one in Buenos Aires, even more so perhaps in this neighbourhood of Núñez, famously inhabited by a true heavyweight of South American football, River Plate. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, we never really did friendly derbies, not when I was playing.
Real chance! Goal! Argentina! Complete awareness, he understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Well, it doesn't have to look spectacular. Why complicate simplicity?
Argentina have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Oh, that's a key interception. And it's gone back to the keeper. Marquinhos. That's a throw. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. That's tidy. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Oh, sweet feet. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Fernandez producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Gabriel. Rafinha. Alvarez. And now the breakaway. Danilo. Now Neymar. And it's Danilo. Rafinha. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room, and while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Argentina clearly are benefiting from their homework. They've dealt with anything that's been thrown at them and have been smart on the break.
Well, you'd have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at each other 100 miles an hour. You wonder whether they can keep this up. Argentina leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway. Argentina carrying a one-goal lead. That's a nicely measured pass. It could be in here. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. He can get that clear. That'll be a throw-in. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Argentina clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Brazil can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Now it's to Paul. Messi. Molina. Fernandez. He's picked his way through. Shot a goal! And it's in! Two to the good! They have breathing space! And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Argentina are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say
just about up to 75 minutes. And he cuts out the supply. Chance here to counter. No, there's no going past him this time. It's Martinez. He can run onto that. He's beaten, and the shot! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
he'll be fuming with himself for not converting. He could have killed it off.
And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Nicely spread. And it's Messi.
Great feat, that.
Played out wide. Oh, that's fabulous. He's in a good position. There's the shot! And it's there! And surely that settles it. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final ball was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. There will be 4 extra minutes. And the referee brings it to a close. Argentina really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, you can feel the blue touch paper has been well and truly lit here. Everyone expects, in one of the greatest amphitheatres in this part of the world, the Estadio Más Monumental. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Foot in. Messi. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, this guy, McAllister, is someone I see as the linchpin in this side.
And the finish! Some front-footed pressing going on here. Otamendi makes the interception. Alvarez. McAllister. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Wriggles his way through. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, he's in! In with a header! It's in! What a super header, dispatched beautifully.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
McAllister.
Argentina are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Great hit! It's in! And they're at it again in double quick time.
The invitation was received with such a clever run, and he had that defence in utter confusion.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Things starting to look very comfortable.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
De Paul. And the pass is intercepted. Martinez, will lay claim to that? Now it's Martinez. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He's in plenty of space here. Picked out brilliantly. And he's had a shot! They've played it short. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Reflections on the first half?
Yeah, chins have dropped, heads are down, and half-time couldn't have come at a better time.
Aquí están los jugadores.
Here we go again then.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
Oh, can he get onto this? That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
He is through here. Molina did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Martinez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Pass somewhat off target. That's tidy. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Now it's Martinez.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
75 minutes played. Messi. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
Se está realizando un cambio.
De Paul. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Messi. That's a decent clearance. De Paul to McAllister. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Tiempo reglamentario.
So that's it. It is all over. Argentina were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. So what do you take away from it all, Jim? Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Every game feels like a special one in Buenos Aires, even more so perhaps in this neighborhood of Núñez, famously inhabited by a true heavyweight of South American football, River Plate. And so we stand for the anthems. And we're underway. Fernandez to McAllister. Passing is crisp and sharp. And the finish! And he's following up! Goal! Ecuador! And it's Ecuador who go ahead. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
An early launch just as they wanted, just as they hoped it. De Paul. Fernandez.
Argentina are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Well read, nice interception. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Ecuador deciding to turn to the long ball now, that is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take a more direct route to goal now, but, you know, they can't just continue doing this and make it predictable. And importantly, they've got to look to win the second ball. If they do that, they should get right up the pitch.
Yeah, they really should. Face to face with the shapes to shoot! Alvarez. McAllister. Now it's Messi. He is just caressing the ball. It is a corner. And we have our very first corner. Messi plays it short. Turns and goes back. Ecuador are looking to go forward now. Nicely weighted ball. This is promising. Just the goalkeeper's... Oh, shooting chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Argentina have the chance to go the other way. And he's surging through. Messi. Molina. McAllister. Well, now it's a race for the ball. And we hit half-time. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just one goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for it's a game changer.
And the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
They've played it short. Has a goal! Really well taken goal. A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
Ecuador are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Real chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Alvarez. Just about up to the hour now. Alvarez. And he cuts out the supply. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And that's going to be a booking.
Cambio.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Romero. Here's Otamendi. McAllister. And the shot's on here. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. The fullback is in acres of space here. Oh, that's fabulous. He rises!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
He's got away. Messi did just about enough to come out on... Big chance! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He almost benefited from some real generosity. No wonder the keeper's going nuts.
McAllister, and he's been shifted off it. Out towards the flank. Oh, super find. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Tagliafico. Fernandez. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Otamendi. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. Tries a shot! What a wonderful goal!
Can you think of a better way to have started this game? Talk about how to stamp your authority on things. You've just seen it.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, it doesn't have to look spectacular. Why complicate simplicity?
So, a breakthrough already. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Neymar. Pelistri. He's had it taken off him. Brazil leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Ball's gone out of play. They get a throw in. Linton, and the pass is intercepted. Nunez. First quarter of an hour gone. Pelistri. Out of play for a goal kick. Bruno Guimaraes. Linton. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Big header! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
Linton. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Jimenez calmly anticipates. Bentancur. Uruguay upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good.
Now the finish! And that is a little undercooked. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Nunez! Oh, nicely intercepted. Bentancur. Marquinhos. Neymar. Oh, that's a key interception.
Brazil can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Might be dangerous. Big chance! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. Brazil with the corner, they're first. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Darwin. Oh, just skips past his man. Nunez couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Oh, that's well spotted. And the half-time whistle goes. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Well, it's been an enthralling game so far, this meeting of regular rivals. High intensity, high in passion. Tough game for the officials to this point, but that is unlikely to change. Brazil, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And hostilities, well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Jimenez kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Pelistri. And a shot! And yes, it's there! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Uruguay grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a bullet was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Rafinha, he's got away. And that is expertly dealt with. Now then, the ball's come loose. It's a pretty loose pass. Ugarte. Just about up to 75 minutes. And here's Neymar. And he's lost his man. Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Brazil! And they get themselves in front. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, it's been their hard work that has got him this lead, but I just wonder whether they can keep it up. This may take a toll now.
Torres. Neymar looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, learning from your mistakes and not repeating them is never completely guaranteed, but that rear guard is more focused on him now.
Brazil, moments now away from seeing this one out.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Oh, that's fabulous. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. And he has taken a dim view of this, a second yellow, and that means red. There's obvious upset over that challenge. You can see the players face to face. Let's hope this doesn't escalate. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the... Valverde! Decent enough try.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Oh, it seems as though someone has been forced to pull up lame here.
Yeah, and I hope for his sake that it's cramp, meaning it'll be a quicker fix.
Well, it appears he's going to be okay, at least for now. And that is as far as it goes. Brazil have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Neymar claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Thoughts on what we've just seen? Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. And here is the national anthem of Chile. Quite some performance, and now here comes the response. Well, we're on the way. Bruno Guimaraes. Vidal. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, that was vital. Vidal. For Vargas. Vargas. He's had it taken off him. Linton. Looking for options for movement. That is a great pick out. He's picked his way through. And that has been knocked clear.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now, this could be a chance. Neymar. Eduardo Vargas. Nicked it back promptly. And that's really well manoeuvred. It's a throw-in. And it's Neymar. Neymar was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that is as far as they're going to go. He's got away. Sends it crossfield. The fullback is in acres of space here. He's shifting through the gears here. Now it's Vidal. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a chance. Shapes to shoot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Brazil certainly look a very capable counter-attacking team. They're direct, they're quick, and to be honest, they're full of belief that it'll pay off.
Showing great feet there. Oh, that's fabulous. That is good strength. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Marquinhos. Well, if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
Vidal. Oh, played through for the wide man. Danilo. And it's Neymar. And that has left him in a heap. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Teremos uma substituição.
Maripan. And he's intervened well there.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Chile are down to 10 men.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
He can run onto that. Gets good distance on it.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too. Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick.
That's good play from him.
Vidal. Great hit! And that could so easily have gone in. It didn't, and the 90 minutes are up.
Yeah, neither side has anything to show for some splendid effort, and they certainly aren't showing any signs of easing off, so we remain optimistic.
So 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner, and we have extra time. So our quest to find the winner continues. And he cuts out the supply.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Chile really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Chile couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Linton. Well, that pass isn't the best. Pulgar. Over to the left. He is through here. There's the hit! And with that, we've reached the halfway point of extra time. Well, players doing their best with tired minds, tired limbs, close to running on empty in search of that elusive winner. They have 15 weary minutes to find that, or will it be a case of succumbing to the inevitable? Well, we are already up and running again. 15 minutes to find a winner, or else penalties. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, that's beautifully weighted.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter.
And that is it. There will be penalties.
Yeah, maybe most were not expecting this to go the distance, Peter, but they can't complain about the graft and energy on show. I think the scoreline wasn't from the want of trying, and now it's lottery time.
The referee has ended the second half of extra time. All square. Some weary legs out there. So who has it left in them? Back off the post.
He didn't need to cut things so finely.
Up steps Mr. Dependable. Dispatched emphatically.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked.
Oh, what a save!
Well, it was a possibility of happening like that. The way he was moving beforehand, very good save.
That's how it's done. He made the keeper commit. 2 to the good. Brazil can't afford to miss another one. Down the middle, right where the keeper was standing.
He was always looking good there. Nice penalty.
Chile are now able to take a giant step towards where they want to be. And he's put them 2 in front. The margin of error is 0. And there it is, the decisive kick. Brazil fall short in the lottery that is the penalty shootout. As cruel as that is, the two sides had been inseparable after 2 hours of action.
Commiserations, the definition of penalty heartbreak, and part of the game that we...
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Perfect for a game of this nature. Jim, this one always matters.
Well, exhibition match sounds like an easy-ozy game of football, Peter, and a picture...
Tries a shot! And it's come back out to him. Nunez gets flagged offside.
Well, they won't be deterred from trying again, Peter. They have the bit between their teeth now.
Shot a goal! Alvarez. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I've always been impressed with the intelligence and decision-making of this man, De Paul. Yes, you kind of expect that from an Argentinian playmaker, but he's such a key figure whether his team are building patiently or transitioning quickly. He's very adept at creating space, attracting markers and then turning away quickly. And I love those long clip balls he can get into deep positions.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. He's had a hit! Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He can run onto that. Still goalless at the moment. Has a look and plays it forward. He's picked his way through. Messi. It's a mighty effort! He's done very well to get to that.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. De Paul. Martinez. Argentina applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and of...
And he's let fly! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Uruguay certainly look a very capable counter-attacking team. They're direct, they're quick, and to be honest, they're full of belief that it'll pay off.
Can he get it through? De Paul. Now it's Martinez. Now it's Martinez. And here's Messi. Valverde. Nunez. Oh, that's fabulous. And the whistle goes for half-time. But it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, it's been watchable and enjoyable. We certainly had a vibrant start, and if we were going to see a goal, it should have come then. But the odds are favourable for this second half.
That could... And the shot! Goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree. Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be
up he goes! That's another chance! Yes, it's in! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous time when you've just scored. You can easily lose focus, and then bang, you're pegged back again.
He's gone for goal! Just swings wide.
McAllister nearly produced a moment of magic. He knew the strike was pure.
McAllister providing an outlet on that flank. Punched away. In again. He's got full. Goal! Argentina! And again they hit the front.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Argentina take the lead. De Paul takes aim and crosses. He rises! No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Ugarte.
That's really good energy, Peter, the way they defend from the front.
Nunez.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Molina picks it up out wide. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Argentina have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a hit one. They want to be quick to recover this. They've played it short. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Argentina surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Messi.
Argentina probably could have killed things off, but they should be okay here.
That has not gone well. McAllister. And here's Lautaro Martinez. He is through here. Bentancur. He's through here. Darwin. Great chance! There's a goal! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, and I think we may have had too many defenders ball watching then, because they just lost sight of the real danger.
All script. That's it, we're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So a brief breather and then extra time. Well, we are already up and running again. Uruguay displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser that's got them here. Now can they go one better? That's a nicely measured pass. He's shifting through the gears here. Pelistri!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Messi. Now it's Paredes. Good read, needed to be. Valverde does have his name on the score sheet, of course. And no, that was never going to make it. Extra time reaches half-time. Yeah, it is coming down to those last 15 minutes. A truly attritional affair that has reduced both teams to near standstill. The saying goes that it only takes a moment to make a difference in this game, but you have to pose the question, is there enough left in the collective tank of either? He's got the shot away! Oh, that's incredible! And that has raised the roof!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Uruguay go into the lead.
I think this team shows great willpower and a wonderful never-say-die attitude. No other outfit can match them. They just keep going. Superb.
Gonzalez. Now it's Palacios. Well, that's clear-cut. It's a free kick. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Palacios. Now who's going to be first to this?
Argentina have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Valverde. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Montiel. And that is that. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Darwin taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. The end of the game. Reflections?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies